Everyone, my name is Fred and today we're going to be reviewing the latest line of Canon's Powershot compact cameras, namely the G5X Mark II, the G7X Mark III and the G1X Mark III. So sit down on your favorite couch, get some snacks ready and let's dive into the first camera in this review, the G5X Mark II. So with the latest upgrade to the popular G5X, Canon has made quite a few changes overall. The camera has been designed for portability, making it easier to use while traveling, and making it a complementary camera for Canon's DSLR and mirrorless range. For the sake of portability, certain sacrifices had to be made. Central EVF has been removed and the mode dial has been merged with the exposure compensation dial in order to slim down the body and make it appear more streamlined. Along with the body upgrades, the lens now features an 8.8 to 44mm f1.8 to 2.8 lens, which is equivalent to a 24 to 120mm on a full frame camera. The addition of 4 stops of optical stabilization has also been included, and the focal length exceeds the Canon Powershot G1X Mark III's 24 to 72mm and produces a shallower depth of field when fully zoomed in. The lens extends longer than the G5X and G7X Mark III's 24 to 100mm. And inside the body we see a 1-inch 20.1mm stacked CMOS sensor, a first for the Powershot line of cameras, enabling the camera to produce faster readout speeds and faster continuous shooting. The autofocus features a 31-point contrast detection AF system, which includes the benefits of face and object tracking. Turning to other features built into the body, we see a small built-in pop-up flash that is positioned above the lens, while Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity options are also both present. The new RAW burst mode is a welcome addition to the G5X Mark II. Enabling this mode also allows a burst of 30 FPS in RAW mode. With a high-speed 64GB UHS Mark II card, you're able to shoot up to 109 frames before the buffer runs out. Now, compact cameras featuring a 1-inch sensor produces great results for their size, and the G5X Mark II is no exception. While it doesn't have the same level of detail as the Canon Powershot G1X Mark III, it manages to outperform the latest smartphones with smaller sensors, as they rely heavily on their noise reduction algorithms, particularly when used in low light scenarios. Testing the ISO range revealed crisp and detailed results in low noise between 125 ISO to 800, with details only dropping beyond ISO 800 while becoming noticeably noisier at 6400 ISO. However, images are still usable. Well, while we've seen technology improving vastly over the last 2 decades, smartphones are now the largest threat to compact cameras. However, there's still something to be said about holding a camera in your hands rather than a phone. And if you're like me and you want a camera to offer better image quality and optical zoom, this is where the advanced compacts like the G5X Mark II still present a great advantage. The Canon Powershot G7X Mark III fits snug between the G5X Mark II and the G1X Mark III with a new 1-inch type 20MP stacked CMOS sensor. The stabilized lens is the same as on its predecessors, 24 to 100mm equivalent f1.8 to 2.8. G7X Mark III retains the same 3-inch touchscreen display, which can flip upwards by 180 degrees for selfies and vlogging. The most talked about feature, of course, of the G7X Mark III is the ability to live stream video on YouTube straight from within the camera. It also captures cropped 4K 30p and uncropped 1080 video at 120p. Additionally, the G7X Mark III can shoot RAW images up to 30 frames per second with its electronic shutter or 8.3 FPS with continuous AF. And the camera can be powered over its USB-C port and also features built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The G7X Mark III looks and feels like a premium Canon product, with its robust body and beautifully designed red accents around the dials. There are 3 different ports on the camera, a mic input on the left, USB and HDMI on the other. Now, if there's one thing that Canon's known best for, is that beautiful Canon color science it produces. It produces very pleasing, natural looking, vibrant colors and skin tones, and you almost find no chroma noise at higher ISO levels. while leaving a tiny amount of grain for more natural looking, detailed images. Now the G7X Mark III uses a contrast detect autofocus system and offers 3 AF area modes, along with face and tracking, spot, and 1 point, which is essentially a larger spot area. Now the Canon G7X Mark III is a solidly designed camera that feels like a premium Canon camera in your hands. While it lacks an electronic viewfinder, the tilting LCD is selfie-friendly and Canon's touch interface is incredibly responsive. The Mark III offers a very neat built-in ND filter, a handy tool for video-centric creatives, shooting outdoors in bright conditions. As a stills camera, it's one of the best compacts on the market, and good value considering the features it provides. The Canon Powershot G1X Mark III is a high-end compact camera with a 24 megapixel APS-C size sensor, dual pixel autofocus, and a 24-72mm equivalent f2.8 to 5.6 zoom lens. It's the new flagship for Canon's Powershot G Series cameras, and the sensor is by far the largest they've ever fitted into a fixed lens camera. It also features the latest Digic 7 processor, Wi-Fi with Bluetooth connectivity, and features weather sealing. The Powershot G1X Mark III is an impressive compact camera considering its sensor size. The small body feels robust and is incredibly well designed. The grip is just perfect, especially for someone like me with, let's face it, bigger hands. And the rest of the body appears to be a form of metal or polycarbonate with lightly textured finish. Physically, the G1X Mark III looks and feels like a flagship compact camera you'd expect from Canon. The 24 megapixel APS-C sensor is one of Canon's latest for the compact market, meaning it will offer decent low noise and, importantly, for most landscape work, excellent dynamic range. Color response is another strong point, as you'll be amazed at the vibrant, accurate color science the camera has to offer. The Powershot G1X Mark III comes with Canon's dual pixel autofocus, which provides excellent accuracy, impressive tracking, and overall perfect coverage across the frame. Now, Canon's Powershot G1X Mark III is at first glance quite a strange camera, as it features a large APS-C size sensor, yet small enough to be a pocketable camera while featuring a permanently attached zoom lens with a versatile focal range. The G1X Mark III also offers incredible image quality, and the APS-C size 24 megapixel sensor combined with dual pixel autofocus produces detailed, accurately focused images with the outstanding Canon color science we all grown to love. With that being said, I love this little camera and can see myself using it as a secondary camera while scouting for landscapes or while traveling. Well, that's it for my review of the latest G Series Powershot cameras from Canon, and as always, please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.